Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you've watched the last video where I spoke a little bit about tension headaches. I didn't go too in depth, and I hope that if you do struggle with headaches, you will go and read up a little bit more. This video, I wanted to talk about bad posture and its link to cervicogenic headaches, right? And so let me explain a little bit about what cervicogenic headaches are. So cervical, neck, and genic, where it comes from, and so it comes from the neck, right? And what's going to happen is if you find that you've got joints that aren't moving properly, and you've got activation of pain receptors, and you've got inflammation in that area, what's going to happen is you'll have this pain referral into your neck, and it's going into your head, and it's going to feel like it's coming from your neck, and you're going to have that headache, right? It is very interesting because these are the headaches that most commonly work or like kind of get better with chiropractic adjustments. Why? Because the chiropractic adjustment is specific to the actual facet joint, and finding out what direction is that joint stuck, and let's move it so that it can move within its range of motion. Now, remember I said that we were created to move, and when I say this, I'm not only talking about actual movement, I'm talking about even within our structure as a spine, we need movement within those joints, right? And that full range of motion. So when we have a reduction in the movement, reduction in the range of motion, we're going to have biomechanical dysfunctions. And what happens is you have dysfunction first, and then you have pain. Now, when we look at the idea of bad posture, how am I going to link this? Well, let's look at the fact that we've spoken about the fact that if we, for every 2.4 centimeters that we move our head forward, right, we're increasing the weight down our neck by 4.5 kgs. Now, the idea is that you kind of want to have your head sitting there, on your spine. And so you have balance in the front and balance in the back. Now, when you start kind of shifting your head forward, you're putting so much pressure on those facets. But also, just because of the muscle dysfunction, we're also increasing this bad kind of pattern, right? Where the facet is not moving, the muscles have dysfunction, and they're not balanced. And so we can see that kind of holding yourself in this forward posture is going to affect the facets and then lead to cervicogenic headaches. Cervicogenic headaches can also kind of come about if you have a really bad pillow and you're kind of sleeping funny. Or, in terms of pillows, I always talk about the fact that you want to make sure that your pillow height is kind of the distance between your head and your shoulder if you were standing upright, so you don't have too much of this, drop in your head or too much lift, right, if the pillow is too high. The other thing is people that sleep on their tummies, typically, because you're kind of holding yourself in this rotation and you hold it in that position for too long, you're going to end up having it stuck in that position, right? So really just kind of seeing that what we want to be doing for cervicogenic headaches is, one, making sure that we are standing in proper posture, which is going to look like our ears in line with our shoulders, as long as our head isn't too far forward and actually directly over or sitting on top of our spine. And then we just want to have these shoulder blades tucked into the back pockets. Now, if you've been watching all my videos, you're probably sick of me saying that, but I'm hoping that it's kind of helping trigger just, the practice of good posture, right? And then the other thing that you can do is, like I said, is go see a chiropractor, because your chiropractor will be able to figure out which specific joint is stuck. And people will always ask me, well, I adjust my neck and I feel better. Well, the problem with adjusting your own neck is that the nerve supply to, your nerve supply doesn't go to one segment and then back up. What it does is it goes to a couple of the vertebrae, right? Now, when you have one joint that's stuck, in order to keep you functioning and moving, your body's going to do some compensations, right? Which means that the joints above or the joints below are basically going to be moving too much to compensate for the stuck joint. Now, when you basically just contact your neck and it's not specific, and what you do is you just try and adjust your neck, and you get that popping sound, which is just air being released from the joint, what you're actually doing is, or most likely doing, is moving the joint that's already moving too much, right? So you're not fixing the cause of the problem, which is why you want to go see a chiropractor, because that adjustment is specific to the joint that is actually stuck. And then obviously you want to, most chiropractors will also just check the muscles around the neck and help kind of identify, do you have tight and strong muscles in the front and tight and weak muscles in the back. What's interesting is that you can actually have the combination of the tension headache and the cervicogenic headache, and so it's just interesting that your diagnosis and your treatment is going to be better if you kind of recognize, okay, well, this is a cervicogenic headache, which means we need to focus on the facets. This is a tension headache, which means we need to focus on the muscle. But typically, wholesome-wise, the muscle and the joints work together, so you technically will work on both, right? Some chiropractors will do dry needling for the, be able to kind of help you relax the muscles around your neck, and maybe do a little bit of myofascial release. So yeah, and then obviously, what's the posture, watching how you sleep, changing that, sleeping on your stomach. What they say, and just a quick tip, the sleeping on your stomach is something to do with comfort. So if you sleep on your side and you have a pillow against your tummy, it's going to give you the same sensation as if you're sleeping on your stomach, right? And then you don't actually have this rotation out of your neck. Okay, so I hope that helps you. If you have any more questions, oh my goodness, please just message down below. There's a lot of really awesome nuggets that I've kind of thrown in here. I'm not going too in depth, but yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.